Hey, what is up guys? This is Branson here and welcome back to episode of my school documentary series. And you know what, like throughout these few days, right, I am so eagerly waiting to make a video and make an update, but I just don't have the time. I'm just too busy growing my school community, and I just can't wait to like share because I am currently running like a backlog right now. So just a quick recap, right? In our first episode, I talked to you about my school funnel, my current setup, which is like free to paid right now from YouTube, free to paid, and doing this mechanism to convert. And then I share with you some context about my free group and a paid group. So if you still haven't watched that, right, make sure you go back to episode 1 so you know like what's the context, right, so that you can catch up with right now. And since then, right, so I remember when I was making a video, I was like maybe this day, maybe 7 or something. So I was talking about something back then, just like an intro, right? And then I talking about like all this small little yellow thing, right? I have something to share, right? Because every yellow box that I highlight is like a story. There's a lesson and mistakes made behind and what changes I make. And even just a yellow box, I could make like a single video. So right now, I started 7 and I record, right? So I have like 10 yellow boxes that I couldn't have the time to even cover. I couldn't know how I can make it, right? So after these few days, I was working really busy. And then I'm just like keep growing this backlog. You know, I have to like explain what happens in the past. And then I couldn't actually capture the real-time emotion. For example, right now, it's 11 November, right? So I have a lot of things that I want to share right now in this moment that I feel. And I think that if I can just capture right now in real time, that's the most closest feeling that I can have. That's the realest and the most transparent thing because, and sometimes I forgot about things. That's why I make a note here. I decided to like include these thoughts. And so every day, as I'm looking these true numbers, right, I will put in whatever I think about, what's in my mind, and I just drop it there because I just forgot about that, right? And then this backlog is growing. I couldn't even cover what's happening, days before here. Maybe I have to like make another separate video, like to recover back and go back to the backlog. But then right now, I have to cover at least what's happening recently, maybe these few days here, right, since the first episode. And then maybe in the future, I will do a backlog to cover what's happening in front, right? Or else I couldn't even have time to like chase back all the series, right? So not gonna waste your time. So go back here. Okay, so 6 and 7, right? We actually have a huge surge in the sales. As you can see here, we got like 7 and 12 because we actually do a weekly webinar there. Right, I did a weekly webinar and got a surge of sales. And then back then I was like, oh my gosh, like the school notification. Ching, ching, I don't know you guys, right? But this is one of the best feeling, the best sound that I have. Sometimes I just keep my tab open, right, for the school community. I was like working on something else, and then I was like, ching, I was like literally, I was shocked. It's like, oh my God, it's like, it was like so shocking, but then it was like so nice, a feeling. So I don't know whether you've been through that. Every time I got shocked, it's not just like, oh, cha-ching, I was like, cha-ching, I was like, I fall back to my seat for a little bit. It's just so sudden, that sound is so loud. I open my volume really high. So I hear that moment of cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. That's the best feeling ever, right? But I was like, oh my gosh. Like I said, in a previous video, I set a goal for November. I just launched this new group with 0 MR, right? And then my goal for November was to like make 20 paid members. But then because of this cha-ching, 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 I was like, I hit the goal in the first week of November. Then I was like, I increased to 50, and right now I pushed to 100, right? So I was like, oh, so high. But then like, oh, after the weekly webinar, then you can see here 3, 3, 1, it just drops. So these data tell me I can literally contribute. I don't know whether it's coming from DM, whatever, right? So right now I can share and attribute the sales to its weekly webinar. Okay, it's weekly webinar. Therefore, I had the search. So my plan after that day was like, I want to do weekly webinars, right? I want to do it every single week so that at least I have a search and then some baseline sales in between. So I have a whiteboard over there in my office, and then I just drop down, I write down like promo schedule, and I just weekly webinar 14 November, weekly webinar 21st November, right? Every Thursday I want to do it. And then the third week. So this is what in my mind, right? I'm planning. So on this day here, on 9 November, I was planning what's going to be my weekly webinar schedule, what's going to be the hook, like basically the title of the webinar, basically what topic we're going to cover, right? So we want to keep it interesting because we're running it every week, right? We want to keep it fresh so that people can come in again and again, doesn't feel boring. And then I also think about, the Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals is coming out, right? It's like 28th of November something. So I'm thinking about how can I package in the last week, right, to push for a really big sales for the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, right? And then do it along with my webinar to do something really crazy to like push the sales, because I'm gonna push to 100, right? So if I do like 1-3 sales a day, I couldn't reach 100. So I have to think about like what can I do to reach 100? Definitely webinar for the search, and then I have to do something about the Black Friday and the Cyber Monday deal here. So initially my thought, right, was to push for a free trial. Oh, by the way, let me backtrack a little bit. Is that one thing that's happening here is that we actually increased our price from 39 a month to 49 a month. So you can see here, this one we used to charge 39 a month and 249 a year, right? So on this day onward, we actually increased the price. And then we got a few sales here. We increased the price to $49 a month. Again, I have a lot of story to share, like even in this yellow box, as you can see here. Like, damn, like just one box, I can make a one episode. But then I don't have the time. But then like just a quick note, right? We increased our price. So right now for the webinar, I'm thinking about doing a free trial, like a 7-day free trial to $49 a month. So that's my initial thoughts. But then I kind of ponder, like, should I do it? Because for the deal, right? Because every week I do a webinar, I have to give them a reason to buy. You know, I have to like make a bonus, a scarcity, something to make them to buy now. I have to give them a reason to buy. So I have to come up with something special, right, for the next webinar, But then for the Black Friday, the webinar, I have to do something really special that just to push it, right, to make it different compared to the rest of the webinar, something that's so no-brainer that people have to say yes, right? So I think free trial, like, and I don't want to open it like evergreen, right? I want to keep it very, maybe just a short time period. So I think about doing a free trial just for that, maybe 1 week, Black Friday until Cyber Monday. But then eventually I tossed away this idea. You know, I don't want to do a free trial. And the reason why is because, number one, there's just so many like fake credit card or whatever that people just put in and just like try to abuse this sort of like loophole and try to gain the system. And also the conversion rate I'm seeing typically is like 25, 30 something percent, right? So if you're good, it's like 30 something percent. You get more clicks coming in, but then you eventually getting, you know, eventually the sales is roughly the same. You get more clicks, but then people convert into trial. There's so many declines, so many fake cards or whatever, like it's just too many problems. And then secondly, it adds in another layer of complexity to a business, right? Right now I have this free to paid. So I think, right, if you want to run a free trial business, I think it's a completely business than just like a direct to paid. Right, because you think about the customer experience, right? I come in here. Of course, you want to nurture them, right? Give them level unlocks, time unlocks. But then, if you do a 7-day free trial, they're typically colder audience. And then they just want to give it a try. So they're like not so serious. They're going to ruin the atmosphere of the community. That's the first thing. They are less serious. They're going to like lurking around. They're not take action because it's free. They forgot about it. And secondly, it also, you need to have some sort of like activation process, right? To make them want to activate after the 7 days. So you have to design totally a different onboarding process just to onboard these free dudes, right? So I initially thought about, you know, let's say I open up the 7-day free trial and then I'll do like a boot camp or something so that they can join. So I can make sure that they will go past the 7 days and actually pay so that they can join the boot camp. So of course, that's another reason that you want to give them a reason again to stay after the trial. So I think that's a good idea. But then again, that will increase my workload, right? I have to like design my completely like a new business, different onboarding process. I have to test different activation trial, and then I have to mess around with more people, more work, more complexity, right? So I think at the start of this business, I just don't want to add additional complexity. And I think I have to wait, right? The upside and the downside. So the extra thing that I do and all the risk, all the downside is I think is way higher, definitely more than whatever I get. Right, so I decided to like just ditch off the idea. I don't really buy into free trial right now. I think it will work, but then it'll be a completely different business. And for me right now, I think number one, my free community is already like a free trial. Secondly, I got a 14-day money back guarantee for my paid group. So that's again, it's like a trial. So again, free trial, it could be a good idea, but that is not for me right now. You know, you have to assess, right, based on your current, what's your needs, right? Do I really need that? You know, sometimes you have to like always audit ourselves. Like, do I really need that? Why do I need that? Like, why? And then what else do I need to make that works for me? Because every model like fits differently for everyone, right? So you have to ask yourself like different critical questions as a CEO, like why? You know, sometimes the question, not just like, oh, they do it, oh, it's good, I'm going to do it, I'm going to follow, right? You have to ask yourself why. So that's why I asked myself why, and then I decided, okay, I'm going to toss out this idea. Maybe I'll do it in the future. You know, once that I have established, I have more foundation built up, maybe I'll try in the future. But then right now, I don't think it's a good idea for me. So that's about my initial plan. I ditched the free trial, and then I'll just have to do directly to 49 per month, and then I have to come with something really special, like a really good offer. I'm still thinking about like how should I package it. I'll update you guys, once I do it or I have some ideas. And then how to get paid 100. So my mind, right? A few days ago, I just like, how can I get to 100? How can I get to 100? Right? So I'm pushing myself because again, like I said, the initial goal was like 20 members, and then I got it. Then my goal set at 50, but then I was like, okay, too low. Let's push myself to 100. Even though I couldn't hit it, I'll just try. At least I'll hit more than 50, I'm sure. So on my mind was like, how can I hit 100? How can I hit 100? I write 100, in my whiteboard there, so that every day I see the 100 in my whiteboard, and I think, how can I make 100, right? So that's my mind. So I put in there how I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking, right? The webinar, what's the topic every week? The Cyber Monday, Black Friday deal, the free trial decision, and also how can I get to 100? That's my thoughts, right, in that day. And I also increase confidence in product market fit. So this is another thing that I realized on this day is that it's easy to sell. It's the problem right now for me is that I don't have enough traffic yet. I need more people coming in, more fresh people. That's one thing. And so secondly, because it's something new that I just create, I haven't got the snowball coming in. I can already see the beginning of a snowball rolling, right? People need more time to warm up. For example, it's not the right time now, but then they might buy next week, next month, right? Or maybe they got a next paycheck, 5 more days down the road. So you are at the beginning of a business, right? So it might seem hard, but then you can see like as the horizon spread out, the snowball will roll. So right now I'm here at the beginning. I can already see that I'm planting out so many seeds that I will reap the reward later on, right? So that's the thing I'm thinking about, which is I found this product market fit that it's really easy to sell. Just that I need more time. Basically I'm just at the beginning. I just need to do whatever I'm doing, just do more of that, and then I can for sure seeing something big coming on, right? So that's the thing I never thought about. Like that's actually a demand in the marketplace that I just strike the chord that people just want to buy. I kind of found this market fit, right? I just have to like optimize it even further. So that's in my thoughts on that day. And then let's see, that's like 9 November, right? That's what I'm thinking. And also we increase our price. So maybe I'll touch on that a little bit here, right? Price increased to $49 a month earlier than expected, right? Because I thought throughout November, I want to do $39 a month, right? For the pre-launch in November. And then in December, I will increase our price. But I just increase it, right? And it works well. Like people still buy, there's no difference. So here's another thing that I concluded, that if people would want to buy 39, they will buy 49. I think the resistance line is like below 50. I will test that out when I increase past 50. I think like 39 and 49 is kind of the same. So if you are same as me right now, you're struggling, maybe I think that the fact is actually they are the same. 39, 49, people will still buy the same. People who buy 39, they will buy 49. People who don't buy 39, they wouldn't buy 49. So they're kind of the same. But then I think what affects us is the psychology part, right? We don't have confidence to sell because in the first, like when I got like 0 client, right? When I sell 249 for the first client, I don't have confidence. I don't know whether it will work or not. Based on my experience, based on theory, I know it will work. Therefore, I come with this price. But then again, we don't have confidence, right? Without the first sales yet. So once I made the first sale, I have the confidence. But then also, it gonna trick me. Maybe I made the first sale, but then next day, the third day, I didn't make any sales. And then I was like, oh, maybe the first sales were just lucky. Maybe it was like just lucky, just some chance. So you will question yourself. So you're gonna like, your mind will ding dong. You're like, jump, you'll make changes. You'll regret the decision. You're gonna like try this, try that. So you will be very confused and going everywhere, no clarity, right? So I think the fact is that they're going to be the same, but then it's just our psychology playing tricks with our mind. So the thing that I learned for myself is that I'm just going to sell. I'm just going to keep selling. So I wouldn't get any confidence or clarity by just me sitting there and thinking or asking or just buy another course or join another mastermind. It wouldn't help you. The only thing that will help you to gain that clarity and the confidence is by just you selling, getting people in. And only then once you got a first sale, it changed your mind, right? Proof of concept. But then again, it might just be luck. But then when you sell a second one, a third one, a fourth one, then you got a confidence. Nobody can persuade you out of that. This is just a luck because you know for sure I've sold 5. Don't tell me that it's not working. I have confidence because I sold 5. So that's the unwavering belief that you have that only occur when you start selling and you get a sales, like not just one sale, like a few sales, right? So that you got a proof of concept, you got a confidence for yourself so that you can stick to what you price and not just like, oh, maybe I should lower that, right? So I think, again, my advice is right, start selling, and buying another course, joining another mastermind, hiring another one-on-one coach wouldn't help you. You know what to do, but you just didn't do it, right? You already know the answer. So that's the lesson for myself. I know it will work, but then I just hesitant to do it. So I just push it earlier. I push it like three weeks earlier for the price increase, and I did it, and I didn't regret right now. And I did it silently. There's no announcement. I wouldn't push like normally, right? When you increase your price, you want to push a campaign, right? Because price increasing, there's a scarcity. You want to push for the sales to milk all the $39 a month, right? Before you go to 49. That's usually how we do, right? When we increase our price, it's like a marketing campaign. Price increase, scarcity. You're gonna push for sales, right? But then I kind of do it silently. Because for me, I've already been milking at $39 a month scarcity publicly quite a lot. So again, like in the first, right, $39 a month. Like I said, my goal was to like make 20 sales, right, in a whole month. So I set like a cap. It's like 10 for that first 10 people. It's gonna be $39 a month. Then we're gonna increase to 49. So I say 10 because if you put the spot too much, right, too high of a spot, and then if you couldn't fill up the spot, it looks very ugly publicly. For example, you say, oh, I give you guys 20 spots, but then only 3 people join. It's just lack of demand, right? It makes you feel very ugly. People don't want to join something that you say, I only have 20 limited spots, but then only 3 people join after 10 days, right? It just sucks. So I just set my goal to like 10 people. I feel like, okay, I have confidence I can push it. So I just set 10. Okay, then we crossed 10. So I was like, okay, I increased my cap to like, okay, so 15, 20. But then I keep pushing, I keep increasing the cap. And then when we do the webinar, I was like, 5 more spots. But then it's like, I fill up 10 spots. And then I keep on increasing. I feel like it's not a good thing because we are doing it publicly. People can see that, right? And it just builds out in people's mind that, oh, this dude, they're saying that they're going to increase the price. They're saying that it's 10 slots, but then they never do it. They just say that it's a fake scarcity. So I do want to have that image and that thing ingrained in the free members because a lot of them, they are still warming up. They're not converting yet, right? So it's very important to like set the brand, like to set the, you got to train your customers, right? Your members, your prospect, like when you say something scarcity, it actually does happen, right? So I think it's not wise for me to keep pushing at $39 a month. That's first thing, to maintain the integrity, right? I'm already milking a lot, for $39. And secondly, I think it's good. I mean, I am gonna make money anyways, right? Because people will buy 39 and 49 the same way. So I might as well just make more money. So that's another second reason. And also third reason, I do it silently and not doing it because it's I've milked too much publicly, so I keep it silent. And because I've been keep on increasing the cap for 39 for too long, too far out right now. So I just increase it silently. And that's what Sam says, right? Sam's always have been doing, asking opinion and feedback quietly with a few warm members. And if they buy, right, then he's confident to like go on the public and do something because he has a proof of concept, doing it quietly, silently, quietly. So that you're not publicly ashaming yourself, right? For example, you put out the price, you say, oh, 10 spots, but then like nobody buys, only 1 people buy. It makes it so ugly. You're saying that something is so scarcity, there's limited spot, but then you couldn't fill up. It looks so ugly. So I'd rather you like just do it quietly. You get the first 10 members, and when you go out there to market, right, you can say, already 10 people in, only 3 spots left, right? That's so much more powerful. So that's another thing you can think about is like do it silently, quietly, so that you get some few members in, you get some testimonials, you get, again, I think all the rest is not important, but the most important thing is your own confidence, right? Like I said, the fact is that it will sell, you will just do the same, but then you don't have confidence. And when you don't have confidence, it's hard for you to sell. It's going to reflect in the way you DM or do the sales call, whatever. It's going to affect your results. So I think by just doing silently to getting a few people in, it will boost your confidence, which will get you more sales. Like I said, it's just your mind, right? Confidence thing. So how can I get the confidence up? Sell more. Do it silently, sell a few, then put it out to the public, right? So that you reduce the mistakes and reduce the chance of being ugly in front of like 1,000 people, right? So that's how I go about it. And then I'll make more money. It's going to be the same conversion. So I do it. So that's my decision behind that. So again, like I said, this is just one box. Like one box I'm talking about, I don't know how many minutes now. So that's our price increasing. So I will touch on here on 10th of November. Now, after the weekly webinar, I got the highs here, right? And then it was like, okay, just three, it's like a baseline sales, right? So mostly it's coming from DM. So I closed at 3 from DM, 3 from DM. And then that night, right, no baseline sales. I make a note for myself, there's no baseline sales, right? If I stop the call, if I stop the DM, if I don't have a weekly webinars, if I just rely on the baseline conversion, right? People watching the course, they upgrade themselves, right? There's no baseline sales at all. But then I know, right, like I said, I'm still at the very beginning. That's why I don't have the momentum yet. If I do this thing for like 3 to 6 months, the baseline sales will be high. But then right now, because of the beginning, it feels very discouraging. There's no baseline sales, and it's defeating, right here, defeating DM closing day. It's like I DM a lot of people, but then they're like, some of them they're not qualified. Some of them they're like, oh, I'm not ready. After I look in the free course first, I have to The paycheck is next week. After like different objection, right? Some of them I push a little bit more, but then some of them I just leave it there and I like just help them to guide them through the free course because I know I'm planting the seed right now. So not gonna lie, right? This one sale was actually happened midnight before I sleep, and then when I wake up throughout the whole day until I sleep, right? 0 sales. So this one sale is actually like a midnight before I sleep. So again, no baseline sales, and I was super defeating. I spent so many time. No close any sales, right? Super defeating. I couldn't how to explain it. Maybe you know it, right? The day when I make 0 sales, it's super defeating. And you're gonna like a lot of limiting belief coming up again. Right? But then I tell myself, right? I'm planting the seed. I know they're gonna come back to me if I continue to provide value. Right? So I wrote here myself, planting the seed. And I wrote here members as friend because I learned it from Kevin Hollywood, right? I see the way he called his community friends. I never thought that. Like people, I see other people, they're like, hey everyone, like, hey members, whatever they call, they use different terms, but then Calvin used friend. And I think this is super powerful. So since then, I started using friend a lot and I treat them as a friend. I make true connection with them through DM. Like I said, if you're not doing one-on-one calls or DM, you're losing out so much to understanding your customers. I learned so much about them through the real interaction with them because in my past, right, all of my business and revenue that I generated was like, it's just numbers. Right, email marketing, pushing out numbers, making sales. I didn't really actually connect with people. So Skool provided me a platform to see a people with a face, a profile, people that I can talk to, that I can speak to, can see their face. It's completely different. I understand so much right now. I know that their pain, what they're doing, whatever, like, and I can come up with a script that I can nail exactly what they want, the DM closing, whatever, because I just talked to hundreds and hundreds of them throughout these just few days, right? So this is a no-brainer. I see them as a friend. That's another thing I've thought about a lot in my mind when I put in this thoughts box here. No baseline sales, defeating DM closing, but then I see them as a friend. I'm planting seeds, right? And then when I wake up today, right, I didn't record the sales here yet because the day haven't concluded. But then when I wake up to 4 sales, right? Wake up to 4 sales, and then wait, let me see. Wake up to 4 sales, and then it just proved to me that the day before, my mind tell me I'm just planting the seed, and the next day it manifested. The seeds come in, right? I was sleeping. I didn't DM close anyone. There's no one-on-one onboarding. I wake up to 4 sales. So number one lesson is that you are truly planting the seed. You're providing a value. People might not be ready now, but they'll be ready down the line, right? You are building up the pipeline of people they will buy at some day. So I think, right, the weekly webinar, again, like I said, even the sales come from weekly webinar, you cannot attribute 100% to that because they might be warming up with you for 3 months, and then when you go for a weekly webinar, you give them a reason to buy now, then they buy. So do you attribute to that 100% to weekly webinar? No, it's just you continuously doing different things. You're engaging with them throughout the entire journey, right? So it's a different things working together. So like I said, even if you make no sales, you have to tell your mind like, I'm just planting a seed, I'm just providing value, it will come, the sales will come. So again, this reinforces again to my belief, wake up to 4 sales without doing any one-on-one closing. So again, I treat them genuine as a friend and a one-on-one touch. So I just want to show you inside my community, right? This is inside my paid group. So yesterday night before I sleep, right, I actually have a feeling of like, I want to record a video just to like share my real-time thoughts that time. I really appreciate them, like I talk, and the reason why, if I'm telling you, if I just doing email marketing, a broadcast, and I sell them, I make 5 sales, I wouldn't have that feeling. And the fact that because I close them through DM, I close them through the one-on-one chat, I learn more about them, I treat them differently. It feels like friend. I want to have connection with them because I sell them in that way. I think that's the same from their end as well. It's different from them clicking a link and buy from a stranger rather than talking to somebody that's real and then buy. To me, it's different. To them, it's different as well. So that's why I have this deep connection. And I think that's where it forms a community like a bond. People come for the course, they come for the coaching, but then they stay because of this connection here, right? So I make a heartfelt message to them. I record a video to catch up, and I just like like that, right? Just a Loom. And I think like Loom is different. Like Loom, it just makes authenticity and genuine to the next level, and it can capture things in real time, fast, right? So they can record, drop a link so that it's real time, it's fast. For example, right now, whatever thoughts I'm telling you right now, it's like a gushing of thoughts. I'm not sure can I feel that, but it's like a build up days of gushing of thoughts and just a boom, throw it out there, right? It captures my real time emotion. So that's why I think whenever sometimes there's something magical coming out, right? Just hit record and just say it out there. It will be the best thing ever because it's real time. It's a true feeling. So that's what it's my true feeling. I make a video to like welcome them. And then this is what I got, right? Watching, and I'll be there tomorrow because I tell them to join the Q&A call tomorrow, and then it's like, nice to see you, and then I tag a few guys that I DM one-on-one with them and say, thanks Branson for being one of the few in the industry that really care about student success, and one of the few who proactively go after students on an individual basis, making sure they're taking action. I DM them one-on-one, not when I sell them, but after I sell them, I DM them to check in to see how they're doing, right? One-on-one. And I just finished watching, and I plan on being on a Q&A call, so looking forward to that. An absolute second that your training and coaching are worth way more than what I paid, in my honest opinion, but I totally show you do this out of heart and not only for money. Thanks for keeping us on track to freedom. Such a big compliment. I'll be there. Thanks for the video. It's very uplifting. This is by far the best paid course and coaching I've ever paid for ever, and I've paid for a lot. Okay. So such a sweet video. I'm thankful that I was able to join this community. I'll definitely be there tomorrow. I say, so nice to see you finally make it happen for yourself. I know that it's such a leap of faith and out of a comfort zone, and that's when big change happens, you're in the right place for sure. So I just give them reassurance, right? So another lesson that I see, right, when I'm closing them, it's not because they're not trusting the model, they're not trusting the method, they're not trusting me, but they don't trust themselves. They have lack of belief in themselves, right? So as a coach, right, if you believe in a product, it's your duty to sell them, right? Because you want to push them across the line to get what they want, because they just a self-limiting belief. They're so much afraid. They're scared deep within because they've been hurt in the past, right? So our goal, right, if you believe in what you sell, you're just gonna sell them, right? And then they say, yeah, such a big leap of faith for me. I really appreciate a warm welcome. They're so happy. They say thank you. They pay me the money and say thank you, right? And then, like I said, I migrated a few members. I see another one. Another members are asking that, how can I migrate the members from this group to that group, right? And I give him some opinion. And then, like, the members, right, when you build a connection, when I ask them to do something, they're like, tell me what to do, and I just do it. Like, if then I tell them, like, buy this, they buy. They don't question. They don't need like a VSL 5-second flashy cut every 3 seconds, right? If you build a genuine relationship, you tell them, go there, they go there. Buy this, they buy this. Take action, they do that, right? So that's so powerful that people don't spend the time to build a connection. And I learn it right now. I can feel the power. You know, even at my scale right now, at just 1K MRR, I can already feel the power. I can see all the seeds that I'm planting now. All these seeds I'm planting now, it will come into fruition. Let's just say, you know, like I said, this is a documentary series. We will see how it turns out. But then I have a strong feeling that I'm planting all the seeds right now. It's all the value. I treat them genuine as friends. I think this word is very important. I learned this from Calvin Hollywood. Credit to him. This friend, the word, I want you to like have a different frame. It's a friend. It's not a sale. It's not a transaction. It's not a client. It's not just a customer. It's not just an MRR. It's not just a number. It is a friend. This word is super powerful, right? The one-on-one touch. And they come from YouTube. They're warm. And one thing I'm hearing again and again when doing a DM is that I watch this from YouTube. I'll talk about this. They mention YouTube. You know, they talk about, oh, so much value from YouTube. Oh, I've learned it from... They are like warm before they come in here. So you can see the journey, right? They're being warm. They watch different videos. They come in there. The free course. They're in the community. You share with them. The full journey. Maybe they're not buying now. Maybe when they're dropping the webinar, they buy then. So it's like a full journey, right? So don't get too caught up when you make no sales yet. But then you're like planting the seeds, right? They have the journey they have to go through. Think about you when you buy something. You know, sometimes you buy it right away, but then sometimes it just takes a while, right? Some high ticket sales that I buy myself, I follow that guy for like 2 years, 3 years. I don't know. Sometimes very long. So another thing is that I study the engagement graph. That's about YouTube. You know, I have things to share about YouTube, how to grow on YouTube. I've been doing YouTube for like 6-7 years. So I have a lot of things to share about YouTube, but then I don't have the time. You know, like right now the video is like almost 28 minutes now. I don't have like almost 30 minutes, right? The video. It's too much to cover. It's too long. I know you're busy. You don't have time to watch so long. So maybe I'll talk about YouTube stuff in a video. So about engagement. So I put a note there so that I can remember in the future when I want to make a video about it. I couldn't keep up real-time recording. So another note for me, I couldn't keep up. So if I just wait, right, I couldn't capture right now the real-time emotion that I have right now. So I have to record. So we basically cover, we catch up here. So this episode 2 is a quick catch up about like what's happening these few days. So what's on top of my mind and some numbers here. Let's go through it together. And then in the future, I'm going to do some backtrack. So here, a big drop in engagement. Oh, like this one, like I got like 5, 400, suddenly it dropped to 200 something. I'm not sure whether this is a Friday or something, but then I can see it's okay, it's more consistent here. So this is a more engagement. I don't know, is it because of me doing the webinar? Maybe it's because of the webinar. And then I do a broadcast, the 72-hour cooldown broadcast right in school. I broadcast, so maybe that brings more activity. And then also the weekly webinar. So I think that's a reason why, and it just dropped back to baseline. So I just make a note for myself. And then, okay, significantly more traffic. I don't know if it's like from YouTube or from like Discovery, because like our ranking is increasing. Can you see like 225? This is for the free group. 219, 209, 200 is like just climbing one at a time. 800, 765. Almost climbing 100 a day, right? This one. So right now, my group, as of right now, recording is a 200, 500 plus. So again, it's like all things like it is coming aligned right now. And this is just a beginning. I'm just like half month. I don't know, like I started 22nd for just a first client, but then I actually just started. It's like 31st of October. So it's just like 10 days, something like that, less than 2 weeks. So the conversion is dropping because like way more traffic. And then like this 200 traffic from paid suddenly is like 600. Like this is too much. I don't know where is it coming from. Maybe it's because I'm more here and then more here. Maybe it's a discovery. I guess the traffic gonna be crazy when I can rank higher from discovery. But then again, the traffic quality will be colder, lesser quality because it's like colder people, right? So you can see like the conversion dropping from 13 to 5%. But then I don't think the conversion rate is even matter because just too many factors affecting the conversion rate. So just take it with a grain of salt. I don't think it's that important unless you're just doing one traffic source. Let's say you're doing paid ads, right? Then you can see what you change and contribute to the percentage change. But then if you got many things coming in and just fluctuate, it doesn't really matter that you track. I just want to have a rough idea to see what's happening, right? I can see the picture here. Oh, I got this more. The ranking is increasing. I got free traffic, more free people coming in. That's why I got more free paid traffic as well. So I can roughly see the direction and how the full picture works. But then I'm not drilling into details of like why this small little 1% changes, right? It doesn't matter, right? Don't waste the time. So again, I make one sale here, right? So it's like 133 after the big surge of the webinar. So right now it's like total 34. It doesn't include what I have to, when I wake up today. So we're gonna record this tomorrow morning when I wake up for the new day. But then right now it's like 1,500 MRR. So again, it's 30 something members. I hope that I can hit 100. So let's just see whether can I hit it. Do you think I can hit it or not? Right, comment down below. Let me know whether can I hit 100. So just a quick numbers to see right now. This is what currently standing. 1.1k members in free, and then 40. Including me and one admin, so it's actually only 38 paid clients. Right now the price is $49 a month. So this is what it looks like. And then this VIP, okay, this is a free. This is the traffic talking about the free group conversion 13% for the free one. And this is the paid one, MRR 1.7k, 600 paid visitor, 35 sign up, 5% conversion rate. So this is how the things are standing. So I think I basically cover this much. Let me know what you want to see in episode 3. And also, let me know any idea to promote weekly webinar, any idea to help me to hit 100, whether can I hit it or not. Let me know down below. What else you want to see, right? Do you love it? Let me know down below as well. Like if you're just watching it silently, I don't have any feedback, right? I wish to connect with you guys. And like I said, I'm nothing to sell you, right? Whatever I have, the group is not for you, right? It's different niche, right? So please don't buy anything from me. I'm nothing to sell you. I just want to capture my real-time thoughts right now. And I think this helps me tremendously, right? The day when I started putting this spreadsheet, I have so much more clarity in my business. It's so simple for me. And also the fact that I'm recording this, it makes me reflect and I have to put out the notes. By just doing this action, it helps me tremendously so much. I have so much clarity for just myself. And I hope that it will help you as well in your journey. Right? Let me know. I'll see you guys on episode 3.